My channel, and today we are going to do a PCAP mock exam. PCAP is a very renowned Python certification which stands for Python Certification as Associate Programmer. So the exam format is simple. You will be given 40 questions which will be multiple choice questions, and you will be given 65 minutes plus 10 minutes extra to understand the test simulator, right? And then roughly you can count that you will get 90 seconds to answer each question. 70% is the passing score. So out of 40 questions, if you do 28 correct or more than 28, you are good. You will pass the exam. And it has multiple choice. Mostly it has one choice, like out of four you might get one or many. And then the questions will be based on you when you run the program, what could be the output or what could be the error. Sometimes it's straightforward. What does the PyC file does, and you can just pick one thing from the theoretical question and answers, right? Like it's a compiled file for the Python is the what PyC file is. So things like that. Before we move on to the live session of basically the practice mock exam, I would just like request you to subscribe the channel if you haven't done it, and leave your honest feedback. So we have started our test. We have 1 minute, and whatever is the time is running, I'll be running with you. You can see the question. I'll explain each question and answer. So it will be a good practice, for you to understand how this exam looks like, and we'll see at the end the results as well. So question first. Is the below statement true regarding the variable name? Statement: for the default encoding in Python 3, a variable name can contain the letter from the English language only. No, that is not true, because you can have, let's say, in some people do programming in Chinese and in different languages, and they are still able to use the variable name which are not only English. So the answer for this is no, it's not only English. So in 1 minute we are able to do, so long as we are doing anything less than 90 minutes, 90 seconds per question, we are good. Here, choose the correct output of the following in the question 2. They have given us a list, and list's first element at 0th index is a tuple of strings. And then they have given a few floats. It's a mix, heterogeneous list 1. Second is they are creating another list out of this list by passing it in list function. Now what they did is they changed the element in the list 2, and then they changed it in list 3 as well, and now they are printing. So what would be the output? It won't error out, this is for sure. Now what we'll do is first we'll see list 2, because list 2 is printed at second place, and then we'll go to its third element. So essentially this list will be copied over when you do line number 2. Now on line number 3 in list 2, first at the first place. So list 2 will have 2, 4, whatever this is, would be replaced as ABC. So this guy seems good here. Like both have this, so we can't say anything. Now let's go with first, and then it says third index, which would be fourth element. So first, second, third, fourth. It is going to replace this array with the value, this guy, BCA. So this answer would be correct. I'll also help you to validate this if that's correct or not. So quickly run and see. So what we saw there, like this one, actually is true. So the answer should be this one. Why? Because they printed list 1 first, and then they printed the list 2. Now in list 2 they replace the first element, and list 1 they replace the last element. So our answer was actually correct, but it's just that for picking the values, we went up and down. Now choose the correct output. This is a string, and then they are doing it for the range. and then they are doing I, they are looping it over and they are appending it in the list L. And what they do is they have a variable add which is assigned 0, and then they are trying to um, iterate over this guy. Okay, so this might error out, not sure. So till here it is all good because list would be appended with the 0 1 2 3 whatever numbers. Now we are trying to append, yeah, that's what will happen actually, not error out. This will add all the numbers in the list, whatever are the numbers. Now you are making sure that each element here you are trying to put it converting in the integer. So this will add all the numbers and that's what we are going to get. So probably it would be 45 because 9 plus 8. Let's add this. This is 6, then 4, 10, 15, 15 plus 6, 21, 21 plus 7, 28, 28 plus 8, 36, 36 plus 9, 45. Let's check. Okay, so it has the error. Where does it have the error? It has error here. Why? Because of the index 0. So this is a tricky question actually. If it would have been this, it will give the 45. So in rush, when you're doing things, you might be missing all the minor details, and that's why you you have to be really careful. They're tricky questions. Choose the correct output of the following code. You have I while I, which means this space is inside this. You will print on this. So this would go endlessly, I believe. And then since the print statement, it will keep on printing. So this is what I believe. No, not really this, but this. Why? Because it and is with I, right? Which means it will print in the straight line. See, so this is a straight line infinite loop. Let's close this and yay, we are correct here. The output of the following code is, so this is a bit of understanding here. Not function, what it does is if the value is empty, like empty space, null something, then it would say not of 0 will be 1 or true. So that is how it works. So let's see if this is false, which so first will be false, second will be the opposite of 0 is true, third will be opposite of blank is true, fourth would be false, fifth would be false, and this. So I guess this could be the answer. False, true, true, false, false, true. False, true, true, false, false, true. Yay! Which among the following print will print 4? Now this has left shift operator and lot of other things, right? So 2 multiply 2 is 4, 2 to the power 2 is 4, which is good. Now they are doing OR XOR operator and left shift operator. So I'm not really sure how that works, but we can do it. So we also have a Python console here. So if you do 2 and left shift, it is 4. So we can also pick this. And then 2 and XOR 2, this is 0. So these are our three answers. Choose the correct statement below. Equation is evaluated from left to right. Now there is a operator precedence. So the first goes to the square. So this would go right to left actually. So this won't be like that. Now this would go left to right. Yes, because multiplication and division are same. And when everything is same, by default it would evaluate left to right. This guy would evaluate left to right. probably right to left. Actually, that can happen because double star is powered, let's say 2 to the power 3, something like that. So I pick these two. We can check it at the end because we are also running out of time. Choose the correct statement for the below code. You have a class, you have a constructor, and constructor is returning something, which is a big no. So this will error out. I can confirm this to you guys here. See, it errored out. So constructor is not supposed to return any value. It can return null or none or return nothing, but not any proper value. Fill in the blank with the correct option so that the below code would print for file not found. So you have a try, then you have a accept, and then you have another accept. In the accept, you have the fill in the blank. So when you are trying to open the file in read mode, you have to catch this exception so that file not found should be printed. So what kind of error it could have? It could have OS or IO error. What does that mean is, if the file is not there, if it is not present there, or any error which will come because of opening the file, this will say file not found, right? This is not a type error or something. So type error is if you're trying to pass the value to a function which it doesn't accept. For example, this guy is accepting the string but you're passing the number. That time it would throw you the type, incorrect type. And then value error is whatever is the range which is expected. If you're passing it more or less something, then it gives you the value error. So let's move ahead. Assume that the location of the sys.txt file is, they have given the location, which among the following code will print the data present inside this file. So apparently these are the two values, because you have to have in Windows double slashes if it's the absolute path. And then you have the file, you are opening it in the read mode. Once you read it, it will be an iterable, so it would keep on printing whatever are the contents over here. Why this is wrong? Because of this slash here. Why this is right? This is slash everything, for loop for each, and it is explicitly also closing the file. Which among the following function is used to close the function in Python program? So which among the following function is used to close the file in the program? So this will be closed. So if we go back to the previous whatever file you are opening here, if you will just say file.close, it would close. So which among the following are the correct ways to represent? This is a decimal value with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 zeros. And what we are trying to do is we'll have 0.13 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 7, which is absolutely correct. And then we can always use these values. So this could be the answer. And we can always check this. 123e hyphen 7. So 123, actually 1.23e hyphen 7. So this is what is the value which would probably, once you expand it, it might get printed in that way. See here, right? So yeah, so similarly all these values are there. Choose the correct, because we are running out of time, right? So I'm just trying to rush because we have limited time and we have to finish this exam with passing marks, I guess. Choose the correct output of the following code. We have I is equal to 0 while I is less than 4. You have to run the loop. You will print the I. Each time in the same line, it would end with hash. and then you are trying to do I, you will increment it 1.5 time each iteration. If value is less than 4, is equal to false. This is like it's insignificant even if you don't do this. If I is less than 4, which is the same condition as here actually, so you will break. So this will automatically get broken there, but that's fine. But there is a trick in Python. There is a ugly else with the while. I don't know why have they given it. So else would execute once the loop is finished, but if it is broken in between, then else would not execute. So that is what is the tricky part over here. Since this loop is breaking, this won't print the last zero. So what is going to do is first it will print 0, yes. Then in next iteration it would increment 1.5. Then it would do 3.0. As soon as it prints 3.0, there will be a hyphen, and after that hyphen this will come here and break. So this won't get even printed. So that is what I guess that answer would be this. But let's check. I am sure this and this are not correct, but this could be. But yay, we are correct. Choose the correct output of the following code. It's a calculate class with variable defined as 2. Now remember, this is a class variable because this is not defined inside the constructor. Constructor also has something variable 1 which is local to it, to constructor, and then they are doing something here. They have a print function where they are printing. So now they are passing the 10 value and saying print. So as soon as you create the object over here, you will pass the 10, assign it to variable this guy, and then constructor would add 7 with it. So the value would become 10 plus 7 will be 17. And then it is calling this static variable by class calculate dot variable, and then it is also adding the value 7 to it. Whatever is the current value, they'll add 7 to it. So it would be 27. Now when they are printing it, they are first printing the class variable and then the instance variable. So it would be 27 and 17. Again, when they are running it, they are passing the 15 over here. So it's a fresh or a different object now. So 15 plus 7, 15 plus 7, 15 plus 5 is 20, and then 22. So yeah, that value would be 22. But since the class value would remain 27, so 27 plus 7 will be 34. 27 plus 7, 34. So this is supposed to be the answer. It won't error out. We are running out of time. Yay, we are right here. Choose the correct output of the following code. They have a print tuple 3. So they are doing a list, and then I don't know why they are calling tuple here. So this would error out. Now what kind of error would it be? It would be, it could be index error, because you are trying to grab the value out of tuple, mm, which is not there. So this is a type error. And why is that? Because you have an object tuple, and then you are trying to, it's not subscribable. That is why. So let's do this as type error. Name error when tuple doesn't found. Value error when we are passing incorrect value. Index error, since I thought the variable does not have this index, but it's not even a valid thing, right? So this is a type, incorrect type from the tuple. That's how, because it's a function. Now choose the correct output. We have 46 minutes left and almost half our questions are remaining, more than half. X is 45, Y is 25. Don't panic. Just do it. Would be fine. Now, sum X, you have global. You are trying to use the global variable and you are printing X plus Y. So whatever is the value of X plus 5, 45 plus 25 would be 70 when you do sum. So passing 25 again here, so this would error out. Why? Because you have a local variable defined and you are trying to overshadow it with global. So this must error, same thing. You can't use this because it would have the scope shadowing. If the file contains 3 lines, what will be the output of the following code? You are trying to print 500 characters and then you're closing the file. As simple as that. So it would print everything. Welcome to the Python. That's what it will do. Choose the correct output. Result 1, which uses format. And then what trick they are playing is they changed the index number so that students will be confused, or the exam takers. In second, they haven't provided the index. So this is 0, C would be 2 and B would be 1. So it would print A, C, B, A, B, C. This is what I believe in. Yes. What will the below code will the below code will raise an error or not? This won't, because all these are absolutely valid things. What we are going to do here is we would make it fast. Yeah, this would help us gain some time by not switching over and run this. Yay! So this will be yes. Now choose the correct output. They are doing the power function. Now when you do power, what would be the value? So 1 to the power 2 would remain 1. And then again 1 to the power 2 would remain 1. Like any 1 to the power anything is 1. But it will be 1.0 because whenever there is a float in the application, no, sorry, the evaluation, it will make everything as float. So we are halfway done, guys, and we have half time remaining. The output of the following code is they are doing 2 places and 5 places for 25. What would that be? So for 2 places, it would be this. For 5 places, it would be this. Let's try. Yay! Oh, but it also did 31. Why? So here the interesting thing is they are trying to print it in octa spaces. So they will print the decimal and the 5 place and 2 place in octa. So it will be 31. No worries. These questions comes. Choose the correct output of the following code, which is they are doing 10 exponential value of whatever is the number. So you can go with this E plus or this. There are several other options. Plus E, 9, 10. So we might need to figure out what it could be. first is we will guess and then we will print, and whatever we picked is correct one. So what is happening is this is just one number and we have to define it in exponential value because the value is greater. So 8.5 whatever, so what we did is we moved it 10 decimals back, and then we once we moved it 10 decimal back, we are explaining it in this way, and we have rounded off the value. So there were 222 here, 222, and then it was 9 whatever, right? So we put decimal here and 9 2 2 2, and after this 2 it was 9, so we rounded off and made it 3. We removed all other spaces and we put a dot here, and then we say if you multiply this by exponential 10 means 10 to the power 10, what does that mean? Let me show you in an expanded way. So this will be this multiply by 10 multiply by 10, so base 10 10. Let us do this thing. X is equal to 10 10.0 10.0 multiply by value and print x. Oops, that was a problem of the first one, not this one. See, this is the same thing. They have expanded it in this way. Remove all these 0 0. So without wasting time, let's move on. Which among the following are unary operator? So binary operator means when you need two operands. For example, when we do 2 plus 2 is x is equal to. So is equal to is assignment operator. It needs something on left hand side and something on right hand side. Same thing is with this. So they are called as binary operators when you need two operands. So plus minus everything. Unary operator is when you just need one operand and you can do the thing. For example, if you do like this and then you will print, this will do. It just need one operand here, right? So that is the unary operator. So this is a unary operator, not is a unary operator, and plus is equal to, this could be a unary operator if this is a ampersand. Usually it, no, this is not actually, because it needs two, x and y, so this is not. And then plus is equal to is it needs two, one on the left, one on the right. No, actually x plus is equal to 1. So you have two operators. Let's see at the end about this. Choose the correct output of the following code. You have a dictionary, and then you are trying to grab the value of string 15, assign it a value. Then you created a list out of a dictionary, which will essentially give you the keys of the dictionary. And then you appended the list in the dictionary as Python, and you just printed it. So yeah, this is all good, but okay, they put the value 100 here, which won't make any impact for us. So we would see the values of the key. So it would be 5 15, and then 5 and 15 and Python. You have two strings. So among these two, it would be one. But let's check if, yeah, let's check if this is correct. Yay! Choose the correct output of the following. What would this be? So they are doing 0x3. Let's print this. 11. So they have a OR operator inside it and they converted it into the binary with 0x. Choose the correct output of the following code. You are dividing it by 0 whenever you are accepting this, and then if this doesn't give error, it would, so one of this block can call at maximum. So this is 0 divide error and nothing else. 0 division error. Oops, there is one problem in the construct. No, construct is okay. So what is it saying? Statement found, keyword statement accept found. So if this accept, so there is a formation problem. If it comes here, this would be okay. And then 0 divide error would be printed. See, such a minor mistake and then syntax error will be raised. So that is what was raised if the construct was not there. So you can have try, accept, else finally, but if you do this, it won't work. So just to revise, try, accept, else, and then there is a finally block. We'll see in next questions. Which among the following operator have the lowest binding among all the operators? Lowest binding means lowest priority, which will be assignment, which will invoke at last. Choose the correct output of the following. You are doing for loop for so many times in this. So whenever, so we'll ignore this because this is a local variable defined in the for loop scope. And then whatever is the number here for that many characters, it would get printed to a finite number of times and it will print one after the other. It's it's not infinite. So it would be perhaps 4 times. Perhaps. And let's see. There shouldn't be any space in between, but yay. But how come this space is coming? Because this I, okay, just ignore this, right? So what is happening is this is one, two, three, four characters, four empty character. So each time when you're iterating over this string, you are grabbing each character at a time and each character is an empty space. That is how this is running. Yay, we did it right. Which among the following is the correct way to delete the file from the hard disk using Python? There is nothing which is called as delete. There is os.remove. So we'll import the os module and then work with it. Choose the correct statement in the following. It's a simple class with the variable. We have private, public, and protected variables defined, and then we have instantiated the object with value in the constructor, and we are trying to print all of these and it is going to error out on line number 8. I am pretty confident on this. And which line is it? Yay, line number 8. Choose the correct output of the following code. Class A, class B, you created the object of B and you called num1, num2 method. It is basic inheritance which is happening here because superclass of B or the base class of B is A, which has num1 defined and this guy has num2 defined. Now, as soon as you instantiate B, it will define num2 value as 20. And when num a, like when class A constructor is being invoked, it would define num1 as 10. And when you say num1 value, it would print the num1. So what would happen? Would it error out? I believe you are trying to print both these. So num2 is defined, num2 will run fine without a problem. But when you try to do num1, show num1, this num1 won't be defined because in the constructor you haven't explicitly called. So I guess apart from the exception inherit like class inheritance, rest all you have to manually call the constructor. It's not like Java which calls the constructor implicitly, right? So this errored out because num1 is not defined. But if you don't call num1, then it would be okay, right? And if you call the constructor for this, then it would again be fine. So you will call the constructor like this and it would run fine. Just a moment, I missed the bracket in excitement. Yay, it's right. So this errored out. Choose the correct output of the following code. We have a parent and a child, and we have a son class with two arguments passed to the constructor. We are trying to print parent age and child age. Son dot get parent age, get child age. So get child age, get parent age, which is fine. Now you print, you passed 20 and 40. Age 1 got defined. Age 2 call the super constructor, it got defined. Now there is a problem that age is in both variables, so it would override. So age 2 would be overridden over here. Now when you call the method get child age and get parent age, both are calling the age variable. And age variable, first you define whatever is the age 120, but then super has overridden it and made it 40. So it should be 40 40. Yay! Choose the correct output of the following code. This is a clear syntax error, so nothing to think about. None of the print would execute because error would raise if the program would run, right? And then you can always capture the error whatever is raised, but here it's a syntax error, so nothing would get printed. Due to which type of error the code will terminate. So you are running a join on the string and you're joining by the comma, which is fine. And then you are passing the string and these values, basically all these values, and you're trying to do the print -5, which means all this would become 1, 0, no, -1, -2, -3. This is -4. And you don't have -5, so index is not there. So it could be index error. It could be tricky as well. This would technically combine all this in a comma separated value and make one string. And then this will error out. See? But if you make it -4, it would print the comma separated value. See? And if you just do colon, it would print an entire list, which is how it got updated. Yay, we were right. So please remember that if you did this, sometime it won't work. But if you put this, it won't error out. So it printed everything from there to here. If you have to print hyphen and start from 0 and
I
hyphen,
found these matching.
right? So it prints empty. So whenever you're trying to print, and if you want to skip mm, the -4 -5, this would print last -3 to -5. So -1 -2 -3. This should print, if we, this will actually print in the range, but for that it should not have this, or it should have this positive value. Let's run this first, and then if it has some positive value, so it would start from -1 and then it would go this. What we can do is -4 to 2. This will be okay. Some experimentation, crazy, nothing else. Which among the following way will convert the binary to 0B100, which is the value of 4? So which one of the following to the base 2? Oh, okay. This would do that to the base 2. So if we would see this, let me dock it to the left. We would say int, since we have time, so we only have 5 more questions to do. That's why I'm just uh, showing you that if you do the binary conversion of this, so you have passed int with 2 parameters. This will do the binary conversion. But if you do it in the decimal or the normal way, it won't give you that, because the value error, this value is not correct actually. But if you delete ob, then it would print on the base 10 10 100. But same thing in 2 would be 4, because this is binary, and 1000 would be 8. Yep, you're literally converting the whatever is the value in binary. But if you use 2, it would give you trouble, it would give you problem, because binary has 0 and 1. There is no place for 2 in there. Choose the correct output of the following. You have variable, you are doing rounding off, and then you are adding them. So technically when you round off 0.5, it might become 0, and 0.6 would become 1, and 0.4 would become 0. So it might print 1 at the end. Yay. Choose the round function. What it does is, if value is less or equal to half, it would make it 0. If it is little bit more than half, it would bump it to 1, like the next closest integer. Choose the correct output of the following code. You have a is equal to, you defined a set, by adding the values, and you're trying to do some crazy things over there. So 5 set multiply by 5 plus 2 to the power 2 is 4. And can you multiply a set? That is a question. So set is, no, you cannot do it. If it is tuple, which is immutable, you can do it, but this will error out. See, but if you would make it as tuple, which means this would first convert the value, make it 5, and then 5 multiplied by 5 will be 25, and 2 to the power 2 is 4. 25 plus 4, somewhere around 29. Yay! Choose the correct output. You have a calculate class with A and B. You are trying to define these values to the class variable without calling the class name dot variable name. So this is not a valid way, but you are defining a local variable over here, and you're trying to call it as the instance variable when it's not been defined. So this will error out. I'll show you the errored out way and also the correct way of invoking it. So, man, there is something which happened and I even did not realize. So, there is A and B. Oh, got you. You have just defined. But what is self dot A? Okay, got you. So there is a way by which you can call the class variables or instance variable also on the object. So that is what has happened here. These two variables are unused, and whatever the value you defined it over here, it even did not got defined. That is what the tricky thing here is. 4 or 10, right? So these are not defined because these are local variables. Now from the instance, when you said A, this would just grab these two values. So first it would do the division. So 220 by 2 is 10, and then it would add everything. So 10.0 plus 1 plus 20, that would be 31. Which among the following is the correct way to comment multiple lines in Python? This is this one. I can show you. For example, you want to comment out this class, just do it like this and you would be fine. See, and this is Java style of doing this is HTML style of doing this, and this is a single line comment in Python, which is like here. Choose the correct output of the following code. Math.factorial. It doesn't take 0.6. So it takes number. So when it takes number, type is okay, but the value range is not there. You have to pick 1.0 or 2.0, not 0.5. So this will give you the value error. Yay! So are you guys excited to see the results? 3, 2, and 1. Did we pass? Did we pass? Pass, pass, pass. Yay, we got 85%. Damn. And we did few things wrong. So I'll tell you what were the wrong things. Review questions. Go with incorrect. So we did here, this is the evaluation of left to right. So this apparently was supposed to evaluate left to right. This we put it correct. This should be right to left because of these operators. Yeah, because on the right it has the exponential operator which has highest precedence. So it came here, then it did the multiplication, then it did the addition because and plus have same that is, and they have also explained you here precedence operator. This is highest, then this, then plus, and has the lowest precedence order. And multiplication and division have the same precedence order. So from wherever these values, so it would either be if you have no brackets, it would either go from left to right or come from right to left. So the mistake we did here, actually we did that, it was just the click mistake, because I explained you we need two commas in Windows. Will this code raise an error? This is a silly mistake. I ran and I showed you like this prints, right? And I was confident it does. But instead of will this print fine? Yes, I did that. Instead of reading it thoroughly, will this code error out? Right? And then they are defining everything here. In this one, yes, we did 25. We thought it's just the spacing, but no, it is space with the octa conversion for the number. Which among the following is the unary operator? So minus and plus are also there. Why did I miss it? Because if you have, for example, 2, and then you don't need anything else. This is 2 and this is minus 2. If I have x is equal to minus 5x, if I do hyphen of x, it would be plus 5. So you need just one operator. Silly mistake. Not silly mistake. Genuine mistake. No, it's a mistake. Here, this and this, both. Actually, we tried both, but then I forgot to check this. Otherwise, we would have scored marks. Yeah, so pretty simple. And the good thing is we have passed. So, guys, thanks for watching. And then I really appreciate you. If you want to look at more other mocks, basically, so continue watching this. I am going to do another video for the mock test. So I am planning to put multiple mock tests. You guys can practice with me and feel free to ask any questions if you have. And these mocks are from the Udemy. I will also share the course of the mock test Udemy link. You can go grab and practice them and then watch my video and share with others who are preparing for Python. So they would get a very good motivation, inspiration, and a start, basically some kind of guidance. When they see that time also, it's a good learning. Thanks for watching. Please like my video, leave your honest feedback in the comment.